good evening, and thank you for staying with us here on Republic for the last many hours. Remember, the one story that has captivated a lot of attention, a lot of students have written to us, is what will happen of the Class 12 board exams. Now, you've picked up minute-by-minute updates, also the first tweet that earlier came in from the Union HRD Minister, who made it very clear now that possibly by the 25th of May is where we are looking at most of the states being able to share what really are their suggestions and concerns with the HRD ministry, after which, starting the 1st of June perhaps, there will be more clarity on what the future course for the Class 12 students will be like. Will their exams happen? If they actually do happen, what will be the format? What will be the kind of SOPs? All that and much more, remember, is something that is going to be discussed later also with the HRD ministry. Earlier in the day, we've seen images coming in of that all-important meeting that was chaired by the minister along with other top cabinet ministers. And also, let's not forget that, as I said, students time and again have been writing to us on republicworld.com also. We will also have an entire panel of guests that is joining us right now. Dr. Preeti Ojha, Parveen Malhotra, Aman Singh, Udita Jain are all with us. And as we wait for Dr. Preeti to get on with us, I want to take this first to Parveen. Parveen, good evening to you and to our
good evening.
Panelists. I want to understand from you, because you're a career counselor. People say that whatever happens in Class 12 is extremely important because that is just a stepping stone, Parveen, to what happens to you in the rest of your life, considering the importance of these exams. But in a situation like this, where we are in the middle of a pandemic, there is so much uncertainty, what do you think that the best way forward for Class 12 exams should be?
See, traditionally, Class 12 results have been a very significant arsenal in the entire admission and career scenario. But over the years, one has seen their importance dwindle. Even the NEP 2020 has said that, our board exams need to be low stake. Low stake means that admission to higher education or professional courses is not going to be solely pegged on the marks that you have got in your CBSE board or state board, etc. All right. Anyways, whether it be it engineering entrance exams or medical entrance exams or many of the professional courses, why even professional courses, many of the academic courses in many of our universities, including marquee universities like Delhi University, are based on entrance exams, law entrance exam, medical entrance exam, engineering entrance exam, BBA entrance exam. So the component of the CBSE or the school board is just minimal. If that is the case, and if the major decision is going to be pegged on these exams which are conducted by NTA or the respective professional bodies, then why are we making such a big deal about these board exams? Also, if you must have them and if people feel comfortable, you have to have that Class 12 percentage, 99 and 98, whatever, then reduce the number of subjects. So if you are going into engineering, all you need is physics, chemistry, and math. You don't need to test the English. You don't need to test physical education or economics or whatever else that you take as a padding to make sure that, your best of 4 is substantial. Okay. So if at all we need to have exams, let's reduce it. That way, the load on the board will be less, the load on the student will be less. So that is one thing that we need to look at. Number 2, I think, we are making this big deal out of a student losing a year and this, that, and board exams being important. But this is an extraordinary situation, and extraordinary situations call for extraordinary solutions. It's a problem, and it's not just an Indian problem. It's a global pandemic. Damn it. I mean, nobody had a clue, and nobody has a clue how many new variants, and particularly those that are going to affect teenagers and young kids. So, when you say, oh, बच्चे का 1 साल वेस्ट हो जाएगा, अरे भाई, उसकी जिंदगी होगी तब तो साल वेस्ट हो जाएगा या उसका करियर बिगड़ जाएगा. जहां जिंदगी नहीं रही तो फिर क्या, what are we talking about? So I think we need to put this whole thing in perspective. The boards have have their own, they do not wish to dilute their significance. So, they make this big thing about sometimes postponing, sometimes canceling, and keeping everybody on tenterhooks. I think whatever decision the government takes, and I'm sure they will take a just and fair decision. If that were not the case, they wouldn't have held this meeting today or the one on June 1st. So let's wait and watch. And even if they postpone it, maybe that could even get further postponed. So why are we making such a big deal about it? That's all I have to say.
All right, Parveen, I think it's always so refreshing to hear your point of view, and I think we must tell our viewers that Parveen is someone who comes with years and years of experience in counseling. When I think I was in college, we used to look up to you, look at your chats, your conversations. I remember listening to you over the radio, and she says, listen, do not take things very, very seriously. Do not get stressed. Do not panic. Whatever she says, the government decides, let's follow that. And I think that's a very good, sane piece of advice that is coming in from Parveen. I will take this now to Aman, and then perhaps Udita can come in. Aman, do you concur with much of what we've heard from Parveen? She says, listen, do not make such a big deal about these exams. She says times are changing, courses are changing, and then we are in the middle of a pandemic. What would your reading of the entire situation be? What is it that, Aman, you would want to say to students?
Hi, I hope I'm audible. The main thing is the pressure, the tension. Like, the students don't know what to do exactly. Like, we need a direction right now. There is speculation what will happen or no. Should we study for entrance?
Should we study for boards? There's just a lot of confusion right now. And everyone is kind of freaking out, and it is, it's human nature. You freak out if you don't know what to do. So I think, we should stay calm, but also we need a direction a little early, right? The meeting that was going to happen today and is happening today.
Aman, you're sounding very low. You should not sound low. These are difficult times, but all of us should be very positive, Aman.
Yeah, that's the point. We are trying to be positive, but day after day there is news and speculations that, board will happen, board will not happen. Some states will do it, some states won't, and there is just a lot of confusion. We are trying to stay positive, but it is hard, and that's what I would say.
Okay, Aman, why don't you gather your thoughts? Because I think we'll have a lot to discuss. We have a lot of time here on the show, and as I said, Republic with Students is the hashtag, and we here at Republic believe that come what may, remember, every problem has a solution. Every problem will have a solution. We just need to be willing to look at that solution. Udita, what about you? Are you also a student? What exam are you going to be sitting for, and what are the thoughts in your mind, Udita?
I am a class 12 student, and I'll be giving the CBSE board exam. But the only thing I say right now is just that CBSE should at least tell us confirm that they will happen at in which month. I think they should tell us a confirmed date. I know that the times are hard and it's probably not easy to fix a date, but at least they should tell us that till this time they will be postponed so that we can also study accordingly.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and Udita, before I take it back to Parveen, and we are also waiting for Dr. Preeti Oja to join us. Udita, my one question to you is, as a student today, when you look at what's happening around, when you look at the kind of demands specifically that are being raised by a lot of students, some say that, let's only have online exams. Some say first ensure that we are all vaccinated only, then let's have exams. Where do you stand on this? If you had to give right now perhaps 2 suggestions to the Ministry of HRD, what would those 2 suggestions be, Udita?
My first suggestion would definitely be that the students should get vaccinated first. And the second would be that mostly all colleges take entrance exams. So I would say that CBSE should hold off the board exams and should take a college entrance instead, because the entrance exam is only one exam, and not all the students will sit at the same time because they all have to give different entrance exams. So then the crowd will be less. So that is what I will do.
Okay. All right. And, I want to also then now say good evening to Dr. Preeti Oja, who joins us on the broadcast. This special show, Preeti, is where we are listening into a lot of students. We are listening into career counselors. We are looking into experts like you, who have been at the helm of this entire, situation, per se, because day in and day out, I'm sure you must also be listening to a lot of students, the parents, their concerns, their voices, Preeti. What in your way is the best way forward?
Looking into the situation today, I feel that board exams cannot be exempted. There cannot be a no to the board exam, which might sound to many, what are we talking about? But the situation is that children after their 12th progression and assessment go to another world of admission. Now, there are two exams that they need to actually focus on. The 12th, where they see the progression of the subjects that they did for a year, and then they are eligible with the eligibility and the entrance exams for the university. So there are two kinds of doors they have to cross at this particular situation. The entire year, the schools, the parents, and the students knew that the progression of the learning is happening and an assessment would take place. So as rightly told by ma'am before me, that anxiety is obvious to be there, but that butterfly anxiety and controllable anxiety should be there, not something which takes you off the board and makes you absolutely unfocused about what's going to happen with my future. Very clearly mentioning in my earlier talks also, I have been saying that this is not the end of the exams. This is not the last year for you to appear. There are ways in which a decision is going to be taken very soon after 25th. A uniform decision has to be taken with rural, urban, and digital gap, which has to be taken care for all the children. The parents are under an anxiety of various kinds. The examination scores of your 12th standard also opens the gate for the children to take admission outside India. There are so many universities that are waiting for them to be invited, but yes, nevertheless, looking into this entire scenario, each university is also making their own ways of now getting admissions for their students, looking at the scenario. Once this decision is going to be taking place, which I don't mind if it gets delayed for another week, but at least that decision will not be undone or will not be blamed to anyone. Because the government is looking forward for children, especially forecasting on their health. Because if the children come together for an exam for a regular number of days for the exams that they have to appear for, we are not yet ready with the vaccines also yet. So if children and the parents want safety, the decision from the assessment body has to be taken in consideration, which will be coming very soon, not to get worried at all. And obviously your preparation at this moment has to be of the kind of a board exam to be taken tomorrow. If you're given even an exam tomorrow, an assessment, everybody of 12th standard should be ready for it because they all have been preparing throughout the year for it. And the ones who are taking a different kind of a decision should go ahead of taking different kinds of decisions also in case they are not prepared, if their immunity is not up to the mark for going for any kind of an exam at the moment, the anxiety level is high. I'm sure parents and the stakeholders of the schools are looking forward for accommodating that thought process. So for me, exams should be there, assessments should take place. How and when should be decided at the right time, and for which the government bodies are taking their time, and let's wait for another 1 week for the right decision to come for uniformity. This is what I feel totally.
Okay, I think Preeti, yes, you have, I think, gotten everything very well in that very well put out, nuanced argument, if I could say that. Because you've spoken of different stakeholders, whether it's the students, whether it's their parents, whether it's the teachers, the examination centers where, these exams are supposed to be held, or whether then it's the government, the umbrella organizations like the CBSE, the NCRD perhaps, earlier there were also demands that there should be a school task force that should be willing to look into such issues, because this is a new situation, Parveen. I was just speaking to Aman and Udita. Udita is a little upbeat, but Aman sounded a little nervous. He said, for how long will we be in this confusion? This state, Parveen, whether it will happen, it will not happen, what should you do? Lot of anxiety, lot of paranoia. Parveen, what are the kind of calls, what are the kind of concerns you especially get, during such times, Parveen?
These are really unusual circumstances. Just yesterday, the girl who had booked her counseling with me in the evening, her father rang up to tell me that she'd lost her mother. And she's an only child. And this is not the only case. So this year, kids are not just battling the anxiety and fear of exams, but they're also battling the loss of family members, sometimes a parent, two parents, a grandparent, a sibling, and to expect them to be, all the time being all there to give the exams and worry about whether the exam is going to happen or not, I think is a little asking too much. As far as parents are concerned, if it was my son who was giving the exam this year, I would say, buddy, chill. You consider it a gap year. Consider it a gap year. In the entire scheme of things, 1 year this side and that side in a career that's going to span over 35 years or 40 years makes absolutely no difference. So what are we getting so hyper about? And it's not as if only you are going to be affected. Everybody uniformly in this country and half the world, or maybe 3/4 of the world, is going to be similarly impacted. So why are we only looking at ourselves और मेरा क्या होगा, मेरा क्या होगा? अगर आपकी जिंदगी नहीं होगी तो आपका क्या होगा? कुछ भी नहीं होगा. So that is the other thing. Also, of course, there are always perfect solutions. But if in a extraordinary situation like this, if we are compelled, or the government is compelled to take a less than perfect situation, call or solution, so be it. I mean, why should you not be flexible about these things? Third, very important point. Students say we need to know for sure. Buddy, you have been preparing for your board exams all these months. In fact, you've had bonus time to be preparing for these exams. Okay? So keep your preparation going as and when the situation eases, or there's some possibility of a vaccine breakthrough so that all class 12 kids can be vaccinated, etc., etc. And you have to give the exam at short notice, maybe a couple of weeks or 3 weeks. Go ahead. Why are you getting so anxious about this whole thing? It's not warranted. As it is, NTA, which conducts all the professional exams, they have postponed the entrance exams for various professional courses. So it's not as if you're getting terribly late. And as far as this going abroad, big thing, what percentage of kids go abroad? Tiny, minuscule percentage. And for instance, if you're looking at going to the US, you need to give a SAT. Just your board exams won't do. And as far as other countries, Australia, Canada, even UK, this year they've relaxed the norms. So if they have relaxed the norms, what's the big deal? I mean, and as and when you have an opportunity to give a board exam, you give it. But you have predictive scores which the school can issue, and that is the basis on which anyways you get admission to most foreign universities. And just for that tiny minuscule percentage of students who may be looking at going abroad, for which this is certainly not the right time at the undergraduate level, I would say, why would we jeopardize the rest of our student community, the parents, and everybody is talking about students. What about the teachers? When you conduct offline exams, you are exposing your administrative staff, your teachers, who are equally vulnerable. So all of this, and just imagine what the logistics are going to entail. You will want every child to be tested negative before he enters the examination hall. I test negative today and I go and give my English exam or whatever. And 5 days later, I may have caught the bug or tested positive. I have infected the entire examination hall, the room, the teachers. Does that make any sense? sense at all. Yes, what we can do and schools could consider is holding the exams in their own schools, so that students don't need to go to other schools where the protocols may not be as strictly followed as your own school would do for its own students. So that could be one possibility. And the rest, as far as CBSE or any other board is concerned, I would suggest that keep your preparation, your examination questions, your sets of question papers ready. Your communication with the schools and the timetable for holding the exams should be in place, so that if at short notice you need to conduct the exams, everything is clear, and all you need to do is go ahead and give the exam. But if you can't, then you can't. So that's it. I mean, if you can't have a perfect solution, it just doesn't matter.
All right. Udita and Aman, Parveen have both been very keenly listening to you. Aman was in fact nodding his head. So I'm going to quickly go into Aman, to Udita, and then I'll give the last word to Dr. Preeti Oja. Aman, whatever Parveen said actually makes a lot of sense. Do you feel better at the end of this entire conversation? Do you think that she has actually addressed a lot of concerns that kids like you might be having?
Actually, listening to Parveen ma'am actually lifted my mood a little. I do agree that the pandemic is a big thing, and we all this anxiousness, all this nervousness is just because of the pressure. Maybe it might be different for everyone, but we need to be optimistic and try to chill a little, as Parveen ma'am said.
Can I just add one sentence before you wind up? Just one sentence, and that is
Yes.
that, yes.
Yes, Parveen wants to come in. Yes, please.
Yes. Everybody here is talking about uncertainty, and they're asking the government and the education ministry, etc., to put an end to uncertainty. But I think in the years to come, if there is one certainty in life that you can call a certainty, it is uncertainty. And the sooner you learn to navigate uncertainty, because that's there are going to be so many factors which are not within your control, and you need to navigate those, not just in class 12. Class 12 is just the starting point, and even your bachelor's degree. Suppose, for argument's sake, you don't get into your dream bachelor's course. How does it matter? In the years to come, in the knowledge era and knowledge economy, you're going to need to be studying to the postgraduate level, if not beyond. So you can always better your position and better your academics at the master's level. So you need to learn to navigate uncertainty and be flexible. That's, if you're unyielding and you want clear answers at every point, you're not going to get that. So the sooner we learn to navigate that, we'd be happier.
I'd like to add another point.
And Parveen, I think that's a lesson for life. It's a lesson for life for all of us. Aman, do you want to say something? Because then I want to go to Udita and very briefly also to Dr. Preeti. Aman, you want to say something?
Someone just pointed out that the government should also loop in all the universities and colleges, because till boards it's totally fine. Yeah, we can rely on the government to take a decision. But again, towards the university level, which is actually the goal of all this, they should be looped in. We should know how will they take admission entrances or whatever the criteria might be. We should be looped on that too. It would really help.
Okay. All right. 10 seconds to Udita. Udita, make your point, please.
I totally agree with what ma'am said, that uncertainty is the only certain thing in life. The only thing is that the pandemic is also hard for everyone. So, we have to focus on our boards and also entrance exams, and also everyone has a hard time at home at this time. So that's it. The students are just in pressure. And I think all the students somewhere within know that obviously a certain answer cannot be given at this point, but they just are pressurized. So that is why they are all saying this thing.
All right, I want to get in now, Preeti. Preeti, only for want of time, but I would really want you to speak your heart, because you are a principal, you've been dealing with students, you've been listening into their concerns, and I think they are fair. They are fair in their point because they say we want to know what will happen. But then equally fair is, what Parveen says, that what is the government dealing with? This is an unprecedented situation. What is it that we can do, because we are stuck between a rock and a hard place, Preeti?
It's a very strong conditioning in the students, especially when they're in 12th board exams. That conditioning doesn't come because they come in grade 12th. That conditioning starts within them when they join the school. So the very first day itself, the parents have the thought process. You have a board in 10th, you have a board in 12th standard. So that pattern has drastically been pushed because of this pandemic. And that drastic change in the mindset of the whole community has made this entire anxiousness come among all of us. Because if I sit isolated with Aman or Udita and I talk to them and I brief them about how exactly they would be going forward with what, like ma'am just now said, and the children are very, very, very happy to hear what exactly they can do, what freedom they receive, and what decision they can make. But in case it is not conditioned with the format that they have been receiving throughout their life, 12th board exam extremely important, suddenly changes into no exam because of pandemic. So this thought process itself will take a little time. It's a change process, and this change will take phases and sink into them in different periodic intervals. So for example, after a week, if they come to know exams are after 15 days or after 20 days or whatever decision in the school, of the school where the child studies, whatever, it will slowly get transited into them as and when they are oriented with people around them, and it will take its own call. It will take its own time for the children to actually settle with it. So each one of the member of the school, of the community, of the parent, and various other experts are there with the children to support them. As just now rightly said by Aman, what about the university? Universities are quite adjusting. They are making that beautiful bridge between the school and university now. They're making sure that all of you are welcomed the way the pandemic situation is bringing us this entire assessment. And I'm sure each one of you will get the right decision as per your need and your efforts. I think that is how I can conclude it. The anxiety will always be there for the ones who want to bring it to their mind again and again. It's all in the thoughts. So they have to make sure that they sit with positive people, think positively, wait for the right decision to come, work upon their academics, and make sure that they are able to focus on their written part. And that is most important for them. Nothing much going ahead at this particular moment.
All right, I think some very, very lovely words. It's been a lovely, enriching, learning conversation with Parveen Malhotra and Dr. Preeti Ohja as always. Thank you to both of you ladies, and thank you also to Aman, to Udita for being as honest and upfront. And we hope and believe here at Republic that, what Parveen said actually makes a lot of sense. And the only thing certain in life is going to be uncertainty. It's only how you embrace it, how soon you accept it and deal with it. And remember, nothing is going to be the end of the world. Republic with Students is the hashtag. Throughout this evening and over the next few days, Republic will keep its focus on that big story. Thank you to all of you for joining in this conversation right now.
Thank you.